Hello my beautiful souls, welcome to your next reading, which is going to be about the generous energies from the universe you will receive. So Spirit wanted to talk about the Six of Pentacles card, and the Six of Pentacles is a card about supportive energies, and either receiving or giving the support and generosity in general. So I picked out 3 different Six of Pentacle cards from 3 different decks. Feel free to choose your pile, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello my group number 1. You chose this beautiful Six of Pentacles card over here, and I laid out your first cards, and it's clear to see already that it's a very delightful energy and very positive. We have a lot of summer-like images and colors, and we have a lot of light blue and yellow and green energies, and we have a lot of action-oriented energies and star energies, but we will get to it. So we are starting with the Four of Pentacles over here, together with the Empress card and the Star card, which is very beautiful because in those 2 cards we already have a lot of stars. Of course, here we have the stars in the sky that are standing for all the wishes coming true, all the future, the wishes we had for the future. And those stars is in the figure of the Empress. She's wearing those stars in her crown. So it clearly talks to me about that you already possess that richness of your wish fulfillment, and you are probably already a very successful manifester, or you are going to be. This is what you're going to receive. So it seems that there is no limit here of the wishes that are going to be fulfilled in down here. But up here we have the Four of Pentacles card, and when I read it intuitively, I saw all the stars, and I also had the feeling that the stars, the pentacles here, they have a kind of a star image, a bit. And it seems that this figure is holding on too much to their wishes and kind of like making it impossible for them to come to gain more pentacles, and he's clinging on his pentacles, on his wishes too much. He also has a crown, but there's 1 star in his crown above his head, and she is like living in the he is in front of a city. This figure is like the mayor of the city, but she is like Mother Gaia here, and she is like in the outskirts of the city, in the natural environment, and living her fullest, richest life. And it's also clear to see like this is a male energy, and here we have 2 strong female energies down here. So there is some kind of clinging and holding on too much upon your wishes, and not being able to let them in, to be actually open enough. You see how he's closed off here in front of his chest, and he's not open enough to receive. And then we have the Page or Knight of Swords over here with the Uber card. It's from a German or French playing card deck, and it's depicted as a leaf here, and the leaves are like the spades and the swords energy. But I read this intuitively, so I read this today with the pictures, and we have here this beautiful summer feeling, going out and playing either soccer or playing ball, maybe at a beach, and we are taking our bike, and maybe after we go and do a little fishing at the lake. This kind of energy. And the color green here is very dominant, so I get a very positive energy compared to him. Like this figure, these two figures are very much in those energy here. And then we have the little monkey in the cage. And the monkey seems to wanting to get out of there, and it's like the cage is green, and we have also a lot of green flowers and leaves around it. And it's giving me the energy of like potential, like there's a lot of potential here of either making money or potential for vacation, for like resting. But in this picture it's a cage, so the cage is seems like, you know, the analogy of like a golden cage, like being stuck inside a beautiful, beautiful cage, but in living, being inside of your comfort zone and not wanting to get out there, and or feeling a little bit stuck, to just take your bike or yeah, and see your friends, because the cage you live in is very beautiful. It's easy to just stay in, but there's like, you see outside of the cage there's a lot of flowers, a lot of like rich nature going on, a lot of blossoming, exactly like in this card. You know, the Empress energy is outside of the cage and not inside of it. And then we have the King of Clubs over here, that is the King of Wands energy. And now it gets interesting, because the last four cards are wand cards. We have the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, it's the written down here with the King of Rods, the Ace of Rods, and the Four of Rods, the Four of Wands. And in this deck we have always hunting motives, the theme of hunting, and he is calling in with his seashell, he's calling in the dogs to come back for the hunting. And it seems like there's like we don't have a lot of cup cards here. We actually have no cup card so far. But with the seashell, it gives me like the like his intentions to call things in for him to receive is through his emotions and through his emotional side. And that's the King energy. And now we have the Knight energy. And the Knight of Rods is a knight that is in this deck, he is like waiting for something to come in, but he's ready. He's ready for receiving, and he's also ready to get out there. He's completely full ready. And the Ace of Rods, that's the thing he's holding in his hands already. So he already got the ace, the ace that brings and the opportunity for adventure, for a certain impulse that you might get to receive something, or it's already the thing you will receive. And it will turn out with this beautiful golden light energy here of this card with the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is always talking about complete, it's like the end of a summer and like a wedding at the end of the summer. A golden summer day and celebrating with all your friends, being happy, having a good time, meeting people, and just enjoying life. So there is a lot of fulfillment when it comes to people here, and just having a good time, like having a good summertime. And those two cards also give me a strong summertime feeling. And the The rods and wands energy is always an energy of summer, fire energy. Yeah, so this is what I get so far, and let's see what the tarot has to tell us more about your reading. So Spirit, please tell us, what else can you say about the Four of Pentacles energy over here? I pre-shuffled your cards and let's see. Oh wow, okay, we already have one card. Why is this Four of Pentacles energy here? It's too many. Okay, so there was a flip over here, so I'll take that also. Wow, look guys. Okay, yes, that has a lot to do with the cage thing, and we have the Four of Pentacles again, so it's the huge confirmation here. Twice the Four of Pentacles, but this Four of Pentacles is a good pair with those two cards, don't you think? And we also have the Five of Swords energy here, which gives an explanation why we have the Four of Pentacles here. So there's some kind of deceit, or is that like something happened to you where people maybe did not, where you probably had a lot of challenges in life with fighting against others, maybe fighting for maybe people wanted to take things from you, material things, or maybe you dealt with a bully in your life, or a narcissistic friend or parent or partner, and there are some hurts that you're trying to heal, but or that you're about to heal, because we have the healing star energy over here. But this is at least the reason why you are in this Four of Pentacles energy. And this is very, very interesting, because it gives me a lot of similarity with the Empress over here, but also with this Ape in the Cage card. And we have locks around the cage. Again, it's a very, very beautiful cage. There's some, maybe a cage meaning like your inside world. Maybe you have a very rich inside world and you like to stay in your comfort zone, and you don't really put yourself out there. So you literally like stay inside the house here for some reason. But everything else is blossoming. So maybe you have a profession as a writer. Maybe you are writing novels because they have a rich inside environment, and they need to stay inside to write, at least most of the time. You stay inside to concentrate. But there is some kind of locked in energy, and we also have him. He's holding the coin here, seeming like a lock, like he is creating like a lock over his pentacles. He is hiding his possessions away, and he's not enjoying them because of past hurts. He's not allowing himself. It's very beautiful confirmation. I really like it. But let's ask Spirit about the other two cards that we have, the Empress and the Star card. Spirit, what can you tell us about the Empress card over here? Is there anything you can tell us about this card and the Star card? So we have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, a very fruitful, rich energy here that's talking about receiving. it seems like this tree is this tree over here. Can you see? Like in the back, there's this one single tree that doesn't look like the other trees. And on top of that tree you are sitting at the moment. And you already put out everything. You probably already put out your applications. And you were sending out a lot of texts and emails to people. And now you are waiting. You are like in a waiting, receiving energy here. But Spirit is saying it is taking time, but you can already pick up the first fruits from your tree. So it's not like an endless waiting game over here, but it's a matter of waiting and needing to wait. And we have the Justice card over here, which makes a lot of sense, because at the beginning we had the card for the whole reading is the Six of Pentacles, and maybe you remember you were seeing like the teapot and the two teacups in the card, and on the tea cup we had a drawing. I will look for it, show you. We had a drawing of another witch here, like she has in her hand Justice card. So maybe I find it. So yeah, here we have it. So it's in this card, right? You see the witch over here drawing, maybe this way you can see it better. And it's the same witch that she is holding in her hands. So it's always a matter of weighing things out and to give to yourself and to others, or to receive in doses, let's say. And even that card is talking about waiting for something and picking up your fruit from the tree in a certain dose, that is not, so that it's not overbearing, or so that it's not enough, too much. I mean, because you do have a huge garden of ideas, a huge garden of so maybe you yourself are holding yourself back and only take like one fruit. Maybe you were dealing with addiction at some point. We will see how the reading is playing out here, but yeah, I will put it back to the other cards. And the Justice card. So the Justice card is holding a sword in her hand, and she is sitting above the houses here. And here we also have the house inside of, like, she is like holding on to her house. But the Justice card is saying, okay, maybe it's time to let loose. And the Justice card is, the reading is about the generosity and the support we are getting from the universe. And if there is a universe card in the whole deck, in the whole tarot deck, then it would be the Justice card most of the time, because the Justice card is she is the not the leader, but she is like sitting in front of the universe. We cannot enter the universe because she is like, we could say maybe even the manager of all the deals about the universe, and she is deciding whenever we will receive good karma. So she's watching us from above, and she's watching all of our steps, and she's weighing out the good and the bad we do in life. And whenever we do something extremely bad or extremely good, she is her sword is deciding that we will receive our karma. She's using her sword for that. And here we also have a sword, somewhat kind of sword energy. And since the cards are so positive, it seems that justice is really, really giving us our good karma. And it's probably so much It's probably so fulfilling that we would have to take it in doses. You know, to me it seems like this kind of energy when we had a time when we did not receive many things in life. Let's say like in the last years, you went through life and things were a bit stagnant, you were working a lot, and you also put yourself out there, maybe on the dating market, whatever it was, but you did not gain much. You did not receive a lot of things back. You gave more than you got. And now is a point, you reached a point where you do receive, but not because you want. Before that you wanted to receive, you wanted to get things, and you worked hard. And now you are a little bit like pessimistic even about the situation. Look, I just saw that even she is holding the apple, like the pentacle of the Four of Pentacles. There's something is inside of you is locked up here, or used to be locked up, and the Justice is coming in now and giving you the things, is rewarding you for all the good things you did in life. That's definitely what I see here. And it will come down, pouring like this water from these vessels down to you, and you will not have a moment to breathe. It will come in so much. Yeah, that's what I see here so far. And I will ask Spirit now about the Uber Leaf card, which is the Knight or the Page of Swords. Spirit, what can you tell us about this card over here? Page of Swords, the Uber Leaf energy. Wow, it's so much cards wanting to come out. It's a bit much. It's too many. No, we cannot take them. What can you tell us about this beautiful card? Wow. Okay, so this card seems to stick with us. It's the Eight of Wands, another wand energy, which makes a lot of sense, and it's a beautiful wand. You see how she's like lifting off, she's having a lift off, and she's flying with the birds, and she's getting out there, she's presenting herself. And they also do that, the children or teenagers over here in this card. And the Eight of Wands is always talking about things coming in very, very quick, and it's usually talking about messages that you will receive, very positive messages. Maybe if you send it out a lot of applications, you will receive a lot of good answers, or maybe there's an invitation for something here. And look, like we have a similar structure here in the architecture of her balloon with the umbrellas, and the cage is also having like an umbrella, and he's holding on. Similarly, like the figures are making like a similar pose here, but he is inside the cage. He cannot fly, but she can fly because she decided to. So it's interesting. I'm really curious what we get over here now with the monkey in the cage energy. Spirit, about the monkey in the cage. So we have the Nine of Cups, so it's the first cup energy we have, and the Nine of Cups makes a lot of sense in this reading because it's talking about she only misses her last cup to be completely fulfilled, but she already feels fulfilled. So she is like in the energy of, well, what do I need? What do I want? I already have everything in life. So far And maybe it's this small change that you have to make in your perspective on things. You possess already a lot, or there's a lot coming in for you very fast, very soon. That's very clear. And you just have to change your perspective maybe on things. That could be. And this is another card that is talking about wish fulfillment. And we have a lot of wish are coming true, wishes fulfillment cards over here. And we also have the aspect of going out there. In case you maybe were looking for a mate, maybe it's also in there for you. It probably is, because it's like a lot of stars on her head, a lot of star in the stars card. And she has a lot of cups here, and each cup is standing, is representing all the wishes already fulfilled. So this monkey card is only like an image of someone who is inside the cage and knowing that he or she has a lot of possessions, or trying to put the money that you receive already in a bank and lock it up somewhere, because you're afraid to spend it. But if you spend it in doses, it will not be, if you like spend each cup here and now, then it will not hurt you. But for this you need to open and free yourself somehow, or get out of this waiting energy and present yourself. You see how different this is from him? He's kind of like wanting to go out, but even if he could, he can't. And this fence around here is the same fence in this figure. Someone is keeping him locked, and maybe the energies from the past are keeping you locked, but she stepped out there and she's presenting all of her cups in a beautiful flower costume over here. So Spirit, now we have all of the wand energy. What can you tell us about the King of Wands over here with the seashell? There's a lot of cards flipping. We have the Queen, and we have a King here, and now we have a Queen of Sword energy. Okay, so they're both looking into the same direction, plus we have similar colors over here. And while he is howling and trying to get his dogs to come back to receive things, she is looking out for the things. So somehow you are shouting your wishes out there. You maybe you even complain, it depends on the mood you're in. And you are also waiting to receive the things. And she's having like the little bird. She's dressed she's wearing a dress made out of feathers from birds, and there's a little bird sitting on her lap. So it's a total different energy from that one, that closed off energy. So that's what it's talking about here. This, now you're ready to see. You can already see your Four of Wands over here, and you are ready to receive, but you also would not take any crap from anyone. And we have another lift off energy. See how she's like taking off here with the balloon, like she is a complete lift off. Yeah. So, Spirit, what else can you tell us about the Nine of Rods, the Nine of Wands over here? Why is it here? For my beautiful book number 1. So we have 2 cards. We have the Nine of Swords, yes. It's the Nightmare card. And we have the Six of Swords, but it's a beautiful Six of Swords. And it's beautiful depicted over here because she's dressed in dark clouds, so she's coming with a lot of baggage. She's still looking at it, but she is going to try her luck. And there's this star that we also have in the Star card. And she's kind of like the Empress, like a hurt Empress. But she's taking one star from her crown and trying to put all her hopes into this new island. Even though she's holding herself back a little, she is doing it. So that's what matters. And this card is all the hurts from the past that she has. You could say that like this picture is like the topic of the dark clouds that built her dress over here. And the way she does that, the way she goes out there and chooses an island is in the form of the Knight of Rods energy. But in this deck, the Knight of Rods, the Knight of Wands he is very passionate, but he is standing still. And it's very interesting that he's also in his knight metal clothing, and so he's prepared to fight if necessary, similar to the Queen of Sword energy. But he doesn't want to, and he is going there, but he's still a little timid, or like holding himself back a little, which is understandable if you have experienced something like a Five of Sword energy or a Nine of Sword energy, you know. Makes a lot of sense. But good thing is that the new adventures are waiting for you, and they will come in the form of some messages that you will receive, probably about a new job offer in another city, somewhere else. Maybe you are also holding on to the place you live, to the city where you live, but the new place is the new workplace is a place where you maybe even have to take a plane to get there. You know, it's probably very far, and there's some kind of lift-off needed to get there. Yeah, maybe even on an island. Maybe you applied for a stay in Hawaii. We don't know. And at last we have the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wand energy. It's beautiful, celebrating energy. So he's taking his wand and to build it together, to bring it together with other people here and celebrate. What can you tell us? Wow, okay. So there's a lot of people here, a lot of energies wanting to come in. We will look at this. We have the Knight of Wands again and the Sun. Yeah, I have to take it because it's huge validation here in the cards. And Spirit, is there anything else left for us in this reading from you? Okay. So we will put these on the side first, and we will look at these cards. Now we have the Knight of Wands again, so it's another validation for this card. It's the same card. And see how different this is. Like, he is waiting, he's anticipating, and he is moving because it is a wand energy, but it's slow somehow. Usually the wand energy and the Knight of Wands is the most active and jumping, like she is jumping energy. So you are moving from wanting something inside for taking action and actually go about it. So you are moving, you are literally moving through the fire here. You're taking a risk, a very risk jump to get to the new energy, to the new place in your life. And then we have the Devil card. No, wait, I forgot. We also have the Sun card. We also have to talk about the Sun card first, because the Sun card has another bird here, at least in this deck. So it's also talking about some kind of lift off, something is, you will receive some kind of answers from people that will free yourself completely. And maybe you were stuck in a place where you already gained a lot of possessions, but you are kind of bored and you want something new, and then something comes in that tells you, wait, you could work somewhere else, you could just change everything and move. And the Sun card is the happiest card in the whole deck. It's the most positive card you can get in a reading. Plus you also have the Star energy here, the Empress energy, the Nine of Cups energy, and we have just a few old past devil energies, like this one over here or here. It's just like a reminder of the past, so you need to make the jump from the devil to the sun, or even through the sun, because it's the fire. Yeah, you need to get like through the happiness, you need to get into the state of happiness and through this energy. Then we have the Page of Wands. It comes before the Knight of Wands, so there's a growth here, some growth from a Page energy to a Knight energy. Plus we have the Chariot. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The strongest card that talks about movement. And here we have the castle in the background, and the Chariot is taking you to this castle over here, to this new place. Maybe we also have some houses on this island. Yeah, here down there. So there is something coming to you. You are already going there, but in a very slow and steady energy somehow. But don't be afraid to just jump through the fire and get there faster in case you want to, because the energies are saying that you have a lot of luck on your side. There's a lot of good karma coming in for you, and Spirit is really deciding for you to finally receive your good karma in life. And if you were thinking about a move to a new place, or to a new energy in general, to a new state of mind, you are going to, and you are taking all the things that you already, all the experiences and all the richness you already have inside of you and outside of you, in an inner and also in a material sense. And it says that you will, the messages that you will receive are making you so happy that you will just enjoy life immediately. You will go out there, you will fly, get on the horse, get on the chariot, and go there and transform the slow moving energy that you had before into a very fast one. And you will get to this super happy, very hopeful state of being, and receive your Four of Wands over here. Maybe even if we read this as a love reading, then you are going to get from a hopeful single state. Once you get out there and present yourself, you will even get to a place of true happiness and marriage over here, because this card is talking about things coming together and celebrating them, like when two people decided to get married. But it doesn't have to be. It could also be the celebration of a new job, or just a celebration in general. Yeah, it's a very beautiful reading, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. And for now, Enjoy your day, and I will see you in your next reading. Bye bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading about the generous energies from the universe that you will receive. So you chose this beautiful Six of Pentacle cards over here, and I laid out all your first tarot cards, and it's clear that there's a lot of information here already. It's a lot of cards wanted to come out, and it's also a very dense reading, dense energies, I mean. So at first we have the Seven of Swords with the Hangman and the Knight of Wands, and group number 1's reading was ending with the Knight of Wands energy, which is interesting. So maybe it's a follow-up, but I guess since I look at the cards, they're so different, I guess it's not much connected here. But if you had also a sense for maybe picking group number 1, you can also take that group after this, and maybe there's another message for you that's relevant. Let's see. So with the first 3 cards, I'm seeing here at the beginning that you're either planning something or you're trying to get away with something, or there are some energies around you that betrayed you, some kind of people that took some ideas from you, or maybe even betraying inside relationships, I don't know. But since this reading is about the generosity, the generous energies from the universe, it has something to do with that. And the best aspect in this card would be like the aspect of planning things, like making a strategic plan for some adventure. But we also have here the Hangman and the Knight of Wands, and with the Knight of Wands and the Hangman energy is like the opposite energies. The Hangman is pulling himself away, maybe doing some meditation, doing some journaling, writing, thinking about things very deeply, maybe even doing a therapy, but stepping back and taking time to receive things from the universe, ideas. And here we have the Knight of Wands energy. I think this is like a follow-up, or maybe this is an energy that is working against this energy. So maybe you are a very impulsive character and you have a hard time with this energy, with getting into this energy. But I tell you this, it's super necessary for you to do this, because whenever this card is coming up, it's like the tarot wants to advise us to reflect. And the reflection part I also see in this card. So we have, in a way, some struggles here. There is something you need to take care of. You need to make very strategic plans here about something in your life in order for you to move on, and in order for you to know what kind of plans or ideas you have to make. You need to step back and reflect on the things. Maybe you even need to reflect on the plans you already have, and then you can get up on your horse and ride off with them and make it happen. But then interestingly, we have now the Seven of Leaves here, and the Seven of Leaves is the same as the Seven of Sword energy, or the Seven of Spades. And so it's the first confirmation we have in your reading that it's the same card, Seven of Swords, Seven of Sword. And we see in this card, like, there's a guy taking the swords and moving away in the early morning, and hoping that the people in the tents are still sleeping, and he's hoping to get away with it. And here we have a family struggling getting up that hill with the bicycle, and I can see that you have some kind of struggle with that. You probably struggle with on the planning and the strategic side in your life. And it feels like it feels like a hurdle. There's something that you battle with to get to the new side of things, like to really get to the other side of the mountain. And you really need to rest. We have this in this card, and we also have it in this card. This is the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Shells. And the Ten of Pentacles is usually a card about full abundance, completion in every sense in this world, but also in the afterlife or in the other dimensions of our beings, if you believe in that. And here we also have a family. It's very similar, like a family. One child, mother and father, but here they are chilled. And here they struggle with getting over that hill. So you need to balance this out, and of course you need to move, but you also need to know when to rest, and they are also like seeming to rest on the mountain and just taking a break before they move up, continue their journey, because this way you can reach your goals. And then we have this beautiful ape card over here, and a card with a path and with children and a squirrel jumping. So the ape card over here is, I get a similar energy with this card in a way. You know, he's having the stick, he's moving somewhere with it, and he seems to get away from somewhere. But here in the background we have the house. It stands for safety, but it's closed, the doors are closed. And here we also have the tents in the background. So again, there is this Seven of Swords energy even in this card. Usually I would not get this energy from this card because it's not a typical tarot card. But somehow this journey is like continuing, and also the way he looks, he's somewhat smiling, but he's not very happy. He seems like a bit bored even. Bored from his everyday hurdles maybe. And here in this card we have this pathway and this young children and the squirrel energy. So here maybe you're struggling with going along your path because you don't want to. You already want to have things done. You already want to be finished, and you don't really. Maybe you go up that hill and then you see there's another hill you need to climb, and it's over and over again. Maybe you are stuck a little here, but we will see when we get to the tarot cards. But I already see here a connection with this path to the moon card over here. There's also a path, and the trees over here, they look similar to these two towers. So the fears, maybe there are like, you rather stay in front here and play with the squirrel and look at the beautiful flowers than to really go on your path. You're probably standing like in front of this scenario here, in front of the trees, and because you don't know what will come out here, like you already maybe know that there's each tree maybe is standing for some fears of yours. I don't know, maybe not, but you rather stay in front of this scenario than really walk on this path. Yeah, but we will get to those cards. And then we have the Queen of Diamonds, which is the Queen of Pentacles, a very slow, rich and secure energy, a female energy that is usually depicted as an older woman, someone who is in the original tarot is like or has completed everything and is like looking at their successes and is satisfied. And here it's more like a younger woman looking out for something to hunt with the hunting dogs, but also looking backwards Like he's moving backwards. He's trying also to go back to the past. Even he, who is like a forward moving energy, is in this scenario here, moving back to the past. But you need to go further, but you rather go to the past. Something like this. Yeah. And together she pairs up here with the Page of Clubs, which is the Page of Wands. And in this card I usually get the idea of like being celebrating, kind of like, or being like grateful for the things you already received. Like there's a need for you to be thankful and grateful for the things you already have, and maybe even look at the past as something that's done, something that you already gained, you already have it. You can look back on it with gratitude. But we will see what those two cards mean. I don't want to interpret it too much into it. We need to see what the tarot cards have to say here. And then we have interesting ending. We have the Moon card, the Two of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. And those two energies seem very similar. Someone is like indecisive. You cannot warm up yourself for a thing. Here, this card is usually also talking about some struggles in life, not knowing which way to go, if we go this way or that way. And you might have a hard time like deciding for one thing, and you don't really know which thing to choose here, because at least that's what the tarot is leaving us with here for now. We also have this energy here, like you are looking at the things you already gained or that you already possess, like you already have them, and you see something new coming in, but something is holding you back. The leaves from the past are holding you back, drawing you within. Here we have the leaves, you know. The leaves are giving you a lot of struggle over here. And here we have that mountain. And you receive something here. We don't know what it is yet, but it's probably something on the emotional level, probably some healing. But you refuse to take it for now. But let's see what the tarot is telling us here in the end of this reading. It's a very, very interesting reading. I'm very curious how this is playing out here for us. So, Spirit, pre-shuffle your cards, and I will move those cards up here. And Spirit, what can you tell us about the Seven of Swords energy that we have over here in general for all of those cards here? What can you tell us about those cards? Because it's a huge Seven of Swords energy. For group number 2, Spirit, please tell us about the Seven of Swords energy. It is talking about the Chariot. Okay. So there is movement clearly to see. We have here this movement, we have here movement, and here we have a very, very fast movement. This Chariot in this deck is it's pacing, like it's super fast. We can almost not hold ourselves to the caravan over here, to the Chariot. And it's very similar to this card, I would say. Like this is your state of mind, like at the moment, and you are trying to just get away somewhere. You just get out. You just want to get out somewhere. I'll put this over here. For some reason there's something not holding you, some energy. It's similar to an energy when we are stuck in a relationship where we realize we have to go, and we just go without thinking about the consequences, and maybe leaving so fast that we are leaving overnight, and we are just taking all the small possessions that we have, but no matter what, we are taking the hurdle because we want to reach the 10 of shells, the 10 of pentacles over here. So Spirit, what can you tell us about the Hanged Man energy? I think it's a very important energy because it's already connected to the moon, to the end of the reading. What can you tell us about the Hanged Man over here? Is there something else that you can tell us about the Hanged Man? Okay, we already have the Death card and the Hierophant. Wow, okay. Let me tell you, it's like the Hanged Man is already like a big arcana. Then the Chariot is a big arcana. Now we have another 2 big arcana. So this is a very, very important reading, a very important message for you in this reading. So we have the Hierophant with the Death card. With the Death card, there's 2 things here again. Like Spirit is talking about this path somewhere, and learning. The Hierophant is all about learning, going within, learning, and also studying without. So here you force yourself to see things from a different perspective by learning, studying, by maybe even like making this structured plan to be able to walk this path, which is of course necessary and a good thing to do. And with walking this path, you will find some transformative element will happen within you. And here we have also, maybe you can see it in the middle between death and rebirth, we have this eternity symbol again, which we had in the 6 of Pentacles card at the beginning of your reading, and we have it in the 2 of Pentacles. So it's already referring also here to the end of the reading somehow. And maybe Spirit is trying to tell us here, if we want to move forward, we always have to, like in a good way, to move forward, not just in a Chariot way, like going no matter what and not looking back anymore. We need to go back to be able to move forward in a good way. If we don't do it, then it will take us back. It's like repeating patterns in life. If we just go out and about, life will always put us back in a position where we have the chance to learn, to study, to reflect, and then to be able to transform something inside of us, see things from a new perspective. You know, the thing he's trying to gain here, the enlightenment, is in this figure's like face in this picture here, like the spark is going off, the aha moment, and the realization that we need to let the past go and die in order to be able to move forward. It's very beautiful. It's very clear. It makes a lot of sense. In order to be able to receive, we can force the universe for us to receive, but that way we will never really truly receive something good. So Spirit, what can you tell us about the 10 of Pentacles over here, because we already have clarified this card with the Chariot. Yeah, Spirit. Pentacles, what can you tell us about? Okay, I will take this. Pentacles over here. we have the Eight of Swords. Look at the inner demons that she has when she looks inside of the mirror, with the ravens there binding her. And here we have the Ten of Wands. So it's a bit of confirmation of the Ten of Pentacles. And we also see a path over here. Like she's on her way somewhere. There's something, you are moving somewhere. Maybe you are somewhere outside. You don't have a home at the moment, could also be. And there is some path. Here she's coming down the hill. And here they are going up the hill. And maybe you realize, okay, after you look inside, after you rested a bit, and you looked inside, and you saw that you have a lot of demons here, you realize maybe this hill is too high, and maybe this hill is not for you, which is always a good epiphany to get. We can try to climb every hill, but not every hill is for us. So, yeah, there is something forcing you, or is going to force you to rethink the choices you made, and maybe to go back to a lover, maybe to go, which I would never advise in general, but maybe you have to go back to deal with your problems first before you go on a new adventure. You know, that's how I read it here. But look how we have a path over here, like we have it here, and we have it here. Or maybe this card we can also read it as, here you refuse to go on the path, and here you also refuse. You rather just leave it than to actually go up that hill. But let's see what comes next. This card we also had clarified here with the Seven of Swords. So let's talk about this path that we see here in the reading, but let's talk about it in this card. Right. Okay, there's a lot of cards wanting to come out, but we just grab those cards here first. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. With the Nine of Pentacles, we have like a very positive, fruitful things hanging down from herbs, but maybe also from trees. But it looks more like a garden. She's like gardening the herbs here, and she's grabbing a coin. So this is talking about like a very positive outlook on things, and whenever you choose to decide to go on that path. And here we have the Four of Sword energy, which is talking about a lot of heartbreak situations, but she is like sleeping with it. She's sleeping with her broken heart, and she's trying to heal it, and she's sleeping inside a nest, so there is protection for you. And maybe you need to walk that path and find some nest here. You need to nest somehow and heal yourself with the herbs. And she's taking it, it seems like she's taking it like up from a tree, like she's grabbing her awakening, epiphany from a tree, you know. Here the pentacles are hanging from the tree, the opportunities, and here you hang yourself from the tree in order to get a new perspective on how to grow that money, for instance. But the Nine of Pentacles is also talking about an aspect of similar to the Nine of Cups, of like wish fulfillment and being very close to the Ten of Pentacles, which we have over here, you know. in order to see all the 10 of Pentacles, we also need to rest and to grab one pentacle. But let's see where Spirit is heading us to. It's usually a very confident energy, a very self-confident energy. It's like an entrepreneur, female entrepreneur energy. Maybe you're afraid to walk that path of the female entrepreneur energy because you still have some hurts from the past. Maybe you are thinking about a business where you have to have an open heart, and you know that you need to walk the path of healing and find your nest, find your tree of healing, and then deal with this healing energy here. Deal with the I say dealing with the healing energy because you'll probably have a hard time with accepting that you need healing, or with doing it. Maybe you are already at a place where you know you have to, but you don't know how, or you're afraid that it might take long, or it might open up too many wounds, which I understand. But life will put you to this point no matter what. And if you want to receive in life, if you want to, like her, like really receive things, you need to go within and to sit with your heartbreak and cry a bit about it, reflect on it, sleep on it, and feel it that way. And maybe even go and do a therapy. But let's see. Spirit, what can you tell us about the Queen of Diamonds here, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Page of Clubs, the Page of Wands? Wow, okay. They're very slippery here. Okay, I have these two cards, I would take them. Yeah, we have another movement card with the ravens, the Six of Sword energy, and we had the ravens over here, the Eight of Sword energy. Here you look at the mirror and see that you are, like, the fears of yours are like blindfolding you and put a ribbon around you, like they tie you up. Oh, we have three cards actually. And we have the Six of Swords, where you are letting your fears guide you to the next step, Here you really look within, you see what's going on, and you let the fears take over, but over a healing shore, You are not afraid here anymore. You don't know what else to do. And you let the fears, maybe it's that way that you are giving up and you are letting your fears guide you, which will always bring you back in the eternity symbol, bringing you back to your heartbroken situations. But we could also read this, because usually the Six of Swords is a good energy, because we are moving away from fears, and we found a way, similar to the Chariot, we found a way to control the good and the dark, And we have no problem if the dark is leading us, because we are holding the lines, We are controlling it. We are not letting them control us. And here we have the Five of Pentacles. So there's a strong, there are strong emotions of lack here. And the Five of Pentacles is an opposite energy to the Nine of Pentacles. It's talking a lot about hurdles here in your reading, about not being able to get over it somehow. And those cards were with the Queen of diamonds that is looking back and probably needing to look back. And there are some rewards already in life, but they're small yet, they're not big. But you need to concentrate on them, plus on the healing, in order to be able to move on. And the path for generosity, generous energies, and the path for you to receive those energies is leading you through looking at your fears. To step back, look at your fears, and let them show you where they want you to lead you, because they are showing you the path through the moon, through your shadow side, and through them you can find the answers. And at the end of those hills will be the sun. And then you will be able to actually grab the cup, but here you are not able to receive it, whatever wants to come here in this very beautiful golden cloud. Yeah, but let's see. Spirit, what else can you tell us about the moon card over here? Just the moon card, a single card. I want to get very specific here because I can feel it's a very strong reading. And yeah, I want to take a card for each card here now to really finalize this story for you. The moon card, yes. What can you tell us about the moon card? Wow. The Knight of Swords. Is there anything else? Okay, so we had, I think, a Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Okay, so we have two Knight energies here. We already have the Knight of Wands, but she is not getting you anywhere. And we have the Knight of Swords, who's also led by the ravens, and it's also very fast energy. He's usually the most aggressive of all the knights. And here we have the Knight of Cups. So it's like very opposite, the approach of both. This is a very loving knight, and he's actually giving us the flowers, you know, a romantic gesture. He's giving us a invitation of kindness, of love, of peace, and he is just going off, trying to run to his motorcycle he's ready to fight, you know. He has the arrow on his shoulder here to be he's going off to a fight, and he is also a knight, but he is more on the receiving side and the giving side. And see how he has tattooed a heart on his arm, which is like the heart that you looked at here and that you try to heal. And maybe those two knights are struggling you. Maybe the two knights are represented by the dog, who is usually very loyal and very empathic and thoughtful and caring, like the Knight of Cups. I should put it over here like this, like it's like the dog energy, which is like, sometimes people fear that loving gestures can be also a fear, you know. When we feel like we're not good enough, then we cannot really take it from people, even though we want it, and we are also not able to give it. And maybe this is like a wolf energy here, going out for a hunt and being aggressive towards people, towards the self. So yeah. So Spirit, what else can you tell us about the Two of Pentacles with the eternity symbol? Here we have the Magician. Wow. You see also the eternity symbol on him. I mean, the eternity symbol is a thing in tarot, but it's not on every card. And I think we already took the cards out, came out in this deck with the eternity symbol. I mean, it's super rare that you get it so much in one reading. So the Magician is very beautiful, and we have the Knight of Pentacles, like the third Knight now. Now we have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles, which is talking about there is some energy here that you're trying to transform. You're trying to get to a king state, but you have to realize you are still in the Knight state. You know, it's usually a journey from the Page over to the Knight, and then to the Queen or the King. And the Magician here. So the Magician is like manifesting things that the Knight of Pentacles is going about to get. Like he is having all the wishes in his bag, all the dreams, and he's going out to get it. That he earlier, maybe the night before, he manifested them, or the month and years, weeks before, he manifested those ideas, and now he's going out to get them. But see how different this energy is from that one. That is a very unstoppable, like almost like not childish, but very a young energy, you know, an unmature energy in a way. And here, this is like someone who has reflected, who knows what he wants, and then he's going out to get it. And very beautiful. You have the Magician, you have your you did your reflections, and you gain some perspective, and we have the eternity symbol here, which is talking about you know what you want, but the things you got so far, you cannot really be grateful for them, because maybe you're bored with them and you struggle with them, with putting them into balance. And maybe you need to get to, this is a card 2 and this is a card 1, and it's the card 1, it's the Magician, and maybe you need to get out of this state and look at the things you want to manifest and reassess with everything, you know. So I put it over here, and now I want to ask about this cup that wants to come in, and how you will be able to reach it, because there is an energy from the universe that really wants to give you a lot of things, but you are fighting against it by wanting it too much, and by not dealing with your shadow side first. So let's see, Spirit, what can you tell us about the outcome of the Four of Cups over here? We already have the Magician, so it's one part of the outcome, the answer. What can you tell us about the Four of Cups? Too many cards. Okay. We will not take those cards, there were too many, but we will take this because it's a single card. So we have the Strength card, another eternity symbol, very beautiful, very, very, very beautiful clarification. We also have here, and at the heart, she's wearing it, but she is strong. She grew strong out of her heartbreaks, you know. She actually made it part of her identity now, and it made her strong. So she's able to deal with things in life. Plus we have, I was asking about this cup. What is this cup holding? And this cup is holding the wish fulfillment, the Nine of Cups energy, and it makes a lot of sense because in this deck here, this card is very golden. We have this golden cloud trying to come in, and here this is a complete golden energy, and the Nine of Cups is that one wish fulfillment card, when the things we manifested will come in for us. So it's a very, very beautiful ending here. It gives me a lot of relief, actually. It also gives me relief because we have so much similarities here in the cards at the beginning, starting with the Seven of Swords that repeated, plus the eternity symbol that keeps on repeating. And the last card is the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles is the energy of working in collaboration with people, but doing your part and not doing all of the part. You know, maybe before you were trying to do all of it and it's giving you a hard time, you know. And maybe you need to learn or to realize that you only need to do one part to create a whole thing. And to receive the Three Pentacles, you need to manifest before. And before you do that, you need to heal. You need to look at your shadows. And I hope and wish you all the best. And I see you in your next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose this beautiful Six of Pentacles. And you wanted to know about the general energies from the universe for you that you are going to receive. And I laid out your cards, the first tarot cards for you. And the first difference here to the other two readings is that there's not as many cards here right from the beginning, which means that the message is very clear. Just compared to the readings before, they were very complex. And I already see a few coincidences here, but let's start at the beginning. We have the Six of Cups, and I would just say the first three cards, Six of Cups and the Seven of Oaks, which is like the Seven of Clubs or the Seven of Wands. And then we have an oak tree over here with a family standing underneath. And okay, so in these first three cards, we have the aspect of childhood. We have two children over here already giving to each other beautiful cup. One is receiving, one is giving. And this card is usually a childhood memory card. It's a pure energy. It could also be the past life energy. But in general, it's just a very loving, sweet energy. Could be a soulmate energy. This reading has a potential for like a love reading, but we will see. And then we have the Seven of Oaks. And we have this young lady here ski surfing, doing some water sports in the summertime. And we have, like here, the little girl has blonde hair. I usually have a bit more diversity in the figures of the card. But let's go here in the reading with the blonde little girl. Here we also have two blonde children. And here she's a bit more grown up and enjoying her life in the middle. And here it follows up also by, that's how the card came out, the blonde, because the other side would be a brunette or red hair woman and a woman, and this is a blonde again. And here on the top of the reading we also have like a dark blonde. Looks a bit like Destiny's Child to me, this card, always when I see it. And it's like a Beyonce on top of it. Yeah, that's just what I get here as a feeling. Of course, you can take it however it resonates, you know, it doesn't matter what color you are. It's just that I see a story in that, and it doesn't mean that it's only like here for white and blonde people, of course not. So let's build a story here. after this beautiful first card, the Six of Cups, we have the Seven of Oaks, which is the Seven of Wands. But the Seven of Wands is a totally different image than here. And the Seven of Wands is usually talking about an energy. We will see if maybe the Seven of Wands is coming up in the reading with the tarot cards. But here I would more go with the picture. And yeah. And for some reason, maybe this woman is alone here. Maybe she is enjoying her life, but maybe the most loving energies, maybe she's distracting herself with activities because there are some memories from the past. Maybe they made her strong, or she does not want to deal with them because they're in the past. We don't know yet. We will see. But interesting enough that after the oaks, the element of oaks, there comes the oak tree. And I had this in another reading. I think in the video before this video, or in the video before that, we also had oaks somewhere in the cards, and then this beautiful oak tree over here. So there's something about the fruits that this tree is creating, and the oaks are like the children, the seeds of that tree. And here we have a family situation over here. There's something about a family situation maybe in this reading, you know, or connecting with past life energies. Yeah. So, and then we have the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Spades, of course, but it's like equivalent to the Queen of Sword energy. And interesting here is that she's also surrounded by some leaves, or she's standing in front of some leaves, and she's holding the hawk or some hunting bird in her hand. Followed up by the Three of Cups, the Emperor card, and the Ace of Rods, the Ace of Wands. And here we see like complete, even in that card, we see complete confidence. The Emperor card is here, the Queen of Swords, Queen of Spades looks very confident here too. And I see a connection with her card with him, because there's also this hunting bird here in his helmet or crown. He's the Emperor, he has a crown, not a helmet. But the crown of the Emperor is usually drawn in a helmet-like way, because he's always ready to fight if necessary to defend his empire. And yeah, and in this deck, this bird figure, usually the birds are as a symbol of the air energy in his throne, but here it's like whoever was drawing this image was creating this beautiful bird, defending looking bird image on the side of the throne. So we have the similar birds here already twice. So there's something you learn from these birds. You know, the birds are also nesting in a tree, and nesting is talking about creating a family, and then goes back to childhood memories. Maybe there is something about being proud of what you created. Maybe it is your own family that you created, or being proud of how you developed, how you grew out of your past family. And here you receive, because it's here you celebrate of what you receive. Here you already look at the things you receive, and even this tree is talking about receivement, and even at the beginning, because it's producing a lot of oaks, and here you already enjoy it. And here at the beginning of the reading, we already have a receiving gesture going on. So I guess by just looking at these cards, I guess you already overcame a lot of things in life, and now you are ready to receive, and to really receive all the fruits of your labor, and enjoy life, maybe even create your own family. look into the mirror and look into the eyes of a very self-confident person. And here we have, this is one of my favorite cards from this deck, because it shows 3 women celebrating, covered in flowers, and celebrating all the fruits that autumn brings. And yeah, I see a very, very self-confident receiving energy here. This is always talking about like Thanksgiving energy, people, like family, coming together and celebrating, being thankful for what they received throughout the year. And here we have another card talking about receiving. It's the receiving of the Ace of Wands, and the wand is usually, not always, but a lot of times, a wand from an oak tree. As we can see in this card, it also has the leaves of an oak tree. So interesting that we have oak energy here, and the oak tree is a very old, is usually depicted as a very old and wise tree. But it's not so much about this particular tree, it's more that the tree is always leading to the wand energy, because it's a very active one, like we see here, like she's skiing, you know, water skiing, being very active, going out there, enjoying your life, creating a family even if you want, or, you know, family can also be your chosen family, or the family you build with your friends in general, community with people. And it could also talk about a very fruitful single life energy, because we have the Emperor here, who's a self-made man, and we have this beautiful Queen of Swords here, who is taking no bullshit anymore. And she rather stays within her own energy, or with beautiful birds, beautiful animals maybe. But let's see. There's a lot about coming together with people here. Yeah. And the Ace of, I did not say, the Ace of Wands is an ace that brings in the opportunity to go with an impulse and make it happen, to get into a very active state and get out of a passive state. Like the Emperor is more like a passive emperor, unless he gets the opportunity or sees the opportunity for a new adventure. But unless that's not necessary, he stays in and celebrates, you know. So let's see what the tarot has to tell us here. I put this one over here so that we have more space. So maybe even a bit more. Okay, so Spirit, please tell us, what can you tell us more about the first card, the Six of Cups, this beautiful siblings over here sharing the cup of purity with the pure flowers. It's also interesting that they also have flowers here, but here the flowers are very pure and innocent, white flowers connected to childhood. And here we have flowers and fruits in the hair of the woman, and very colorful and vibrating. So wait, I need to put this card inside somewhere. I pre-shuffled the cards. Spirit, please tell us something more about the Six of Cup energy here. What is it about? Group number 3. Okay, interesting. Okay, there's a lot of cards wanting to come out. So we have the first card that we started the reading with, the Six of Pentacles, and you saw me putting it back in and shuffling and then So it wanted to come out. So it's talking about the giving and sharing aspect in life, being very generous to people. Maybe you are a very generous soul. Plus, yeah, there's some good news coming in, but it comes in such a pace and such a, like, so fast that you have a hard time with, like, answering all the messages, maybe all the emails, let's say. And we have like a lot of wands, and the wands from the oak tree, like there's something coming in here. Then we have the Queen of Wands. It's very beautiful. And look how she looks like with her flowers. They look very similar to these ladies over here, don't they? And she is the queen who knows how to manifest, and she uses the wand to manifest things in her life. She's the #1 manifesting queen in the tarot. And we have the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords is an energy where you are blindfolded and you think you cannot get out of this situation, but you can. And here in this picture we have a little bird over here. And since birds are playing some kind of role in this reading, because we have this hunting birds over here, so maybe this bird is already trying to, it's like a messenger telling you to get out of this state because it's only in your head. And to realize that you are the Queen of Wands. And that you are generous to people always, and just, if you want more in life, then manifest it and you will get more. But don't wonder if things are coming in very, very quick. She's probably manifesting the things and they're coming in super, super quick. But let's see what that is. We will probably have a clarification for this in this reading. We already have the little bird that is growing into a big bird over here. Here it's a small bird. And maybe it's the memories from the past that giving you a hard time. But the little bird inside of you has grown now and is becoming an emperor energy, because you started to receive. You started to listen to this little bird and you went off on your way. Okay, the 7 of Oaks. What can you tell us about this energy over here, Spirit? Is there any more information? Thank you. I also see here now that we have the 8 of Wands, and this is like the 7 of Wands, so it's like the step after this. So we have, and they're very close to each other. But let's see. So we have the 8 of Cups, another 8 energy. We have the 8 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. So by the time we leave something, probably you leave this state, then we are, once we go on our path, yeah. So here we leave 8 cups behind to find the last 2 cups. And here we have the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups usually comes before this reading. But the 7 of Cups in general is talking about choosing, being able to choose the wish you want to be fulfilled next. And then you probably chose maybe the wish of like a single energy of prosperity and of like entrepreneurship, because you have the 9 of Pentacles over here. But you are leaving some kind of situation by manifesting new things, and maybe you are leaving a struggling situation where the 8 of Wands are coming in. A lot of people are wanting things from you and you will have a hard time dealing with it, and it's emotionally draining and you are saying no to it. You are leaving the situation, and then you find a new cup and you are taking your time with choosing. And this cup is fulfilling you. And here you're sitting, like, so interesting, you're sitting like underneath this tree here, and all the fruits are ready for you, and you're celebrating. It's like a backscene scenario from those, it's like a party, and they are enjoying themselves, and then there's other people too sitting here and enjoying by reading a book. It's like making a vacation with friends, and everyone is doing something else, but in the end they're all together and they're enjoying the fruits. Could be something like this. So when we are, so maybe I also read this as at the beginning we had this memory here from the past, and maybe it's a bit heartbreaking memory, and you're trying to leave it now, or you already did, and you start to choose your own new cup that is going to give you all the wish fulfillment here. You probably choose to be the emperor here, the self-made entrepreneur. Spirit, what can you tell us more about the tree card here with the oak tree? What aspect is this card talking about in this reading? Okay, it's a lot of cards, but I take all of them because at the beginning we did not have much cards, and maybe it would make sense. So I put them over here and over there. So we have the beautiful Star card and the King of Pentacles. It makes a lot of sense here with this card. The Ace of Cups, another Ace, and the King of Swords. So I see these two kings already like being half of an emperor. You know, the emperor is like all the kings together. So here on your half of your way, you are already like in the energy of like two emperors. And you have luck on your side. Since you manifested, you also developed enough hope to be able to receive. And this card is all about receiving and retreating to be able to receive from above down below. So the universe is like giving us their stars, our wishes, and putting the wishes on the tree for us to pick whenever we want to, in the form of two kings energies here, plus in the form of the Ace of Cups. So there is really an Ace of Cups that we are about to grab, like we started walking off the path here, wanting to find another cup, and it's a confirmation now. Yeah, there is a cup that we are going to pick here, and we really, it's not just some illusions, we are going to grab one new cup to plant to water a new tree for it to grow. Isn't that beautiful, the tree analogy? And we are talking about the tree here, and she's sitting under the tree, and she is like creating a new one, feeding a new tree. So with that new cup, maybe with this new relationship, maybe with this new way of emotional fulfillment, you are going to create the growth of a new tree, of your own tree. So the story of like making your own family that I said at the beginning is a story that makes sense here. So, or of course it can be, the fruits from a tree, could be anything, what else it is for you, anything. Could be love, could be in the form of learning, studying something, could be, so knowledge, could be in the form of your job, success, or just great health, because the Star card is also talking about healing and creating health, retreating. And we have a strong king energy here already. a lot of self-made. You are probably someone who is going to or who is already an entrepreneur. Here we have a 2. Here we have the strongest entrepreneur card ever. And so, yeah, and she's also very self-made. The Queen of Wands. Spirit, what can you tell us about the Queen of Sword energy over here? So we have 3 cards. We have the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is like people, yeah, it's like what I said at the beginning. There's probably a lot of people wanting things from you and attacking you even. Maybe they're attacking your wealth. Then we have the Fool energy, the start of a complete new journey, you know. The 8 of Cup energy is always indicating a Fool energy. The Fool is always, whenever we go and turn our back to the past, it's always starting with the Fool. And here we have the hunting birds, clearly hunting birds flying with the energy and in excitement with the energy of the Fool. And we, like, these birds are leading our story here. I see. Yeah, and then we have the 7 of Wands. It's the energy that is lying before it, like you are going on this new direction and this new trip in your life, this new journey, and you are able to defend yourself very, very much, like the Emperor is. The Emperor is also able to defend himself. Like I said at the beginning, like he is chilled, but he's also ready to fight if necessary, like she is. So you can really back off all the haters, let's say, you know. And then we have this 5 of Sword energy. It is coming up a lot lately in a lot of readings, but here it's coming up just like in between, not at the beginning, not in a lot of ways. Like the last reading for group number 2 had like 3 times the 5 of Sword. No, it was the 7 of Sword energy, but it's a similar, like struggling energy. And here it's interesting that we have like the wands over here in the hurricane, like flying around, and here we have the swords flying around, and the things the witches are brewing over here. So they're creating a lot of like negative talk and yeah, talking behind people's back even, and creating just a negative bullying energy and narcissistic energies. And it's that energy that the people come towards you. You know, they probably want to have a piece of the cake, and you are saying no, back off. You already learned to say no. You learn that here in that moment that you say no. You know what? I'm leaving. I'm trying to receive the next cup, the wish fulfillment, and I grow my own tree. I will move out from home and I will go on my own journey. Maybe you are very young, the people watching here, so that the party theme also makes sense here, and the childhood connection theme. And maybe you are at the start of your first big adventure in life, you know. Okay, so the beautiful 3 of Cups over here. Spirit, what can you tell number 3 about this beautiful friendship card and celebrating card, the 3 of Cups, and the wish fulfillment card also in this reading for group number 3. Okay, I do not know which card it was. So yeah, we have the Judgment card and the Four of Swords card. The Judgment card is talking about going on your own path here in this card, and it's always about talking about like really like getting out of some kind of stuck situation. Like maybe you are from a family where they were bullying a lot or coming after you, like, you cannot move out because you're too young, or you are like unexperienced, or if you want to quit the job, you don't know where you were landing at. And maybe there are two kings in your life. Sorry guys, the battery just went out. And okay, so we were talking about I wanted to talk about this Four of Sword energy together with the Judgment, and the Judgment card is trying to get you out of a stuck situation, and it's probably time for you to move on and move out from the things that are holding you back in your mind, and just to go about your day. And she also has this kind of fool energy, you know, it's very similar here. The way that they are almost not looking where they're going, but they don't care because they know they land on their feet anyway. They just do it. And it's like interesting that you are the Judgment, you know, you decide when to receive things because you create things. And the Judgment card is always a card that tells us that energies like this, for instance, are ending, and that we are going to receive a lot of blessings from the universe. And the Four of Swords energy is an energy of this, is also representing this stuck energy, like being stuck in maybe overthinking, over reflecting, and needing to sleep over it until we can create the fourth sword, and which will help us to deal with the next challenges in life. Could be good challenges, you know, doesn't mean that they are bad. Yeah, it's like the Five of Swords energy. When we turn our back to it and do our own thing, then it means that we are healing this, and yeah, we are healing this energy because we realized we cannot just stay with people who are always like talking, you know. It's like the opposite energy of this card here. We have three friends being very close to their hearts and talking about things and helping each other and celebrating, and here we have the same three friends being mean to each other and using their swords against each other, you know, communicating. Here they are like being friends from the heart, and here they are being friends from, like, false friends from the mind. Spirit, what else can you tell us about the Emperor energy here? Because it's already a very clear reading, but okay. So we have another Queen of Swords. It's the confirmation for this card. It's also the Queen of Swords and the Four of Cups. Yeah. So the Four of Cups comes after the Three of Cups, and we are looking down at the three losses in life, or three things that did not work out, but we do not see the one thing that wants to come in. So here, by celebrating and by being in this very, very like hard energy, like the Emperor is leading, but he is very stiff in a way, you know. He's made out of stone, out of concrete somehow. He has a rich inside, but from the outside he's like very stubborn, maybe even. Like this man here is being stubborn and only looking at the things that did not work. But there's this cup, like this child, bringing in a cup from childhood, maybe a childhood memory that would maybe warm his heart and to change his perspective. And the Queen of Swords here is within the Emperor. Like I said, this bird is already represented here, and it's like a confirmation card for that. She also sits in a stone, a throne made out of stone, like he is. All of his surrounding is made out of stone. Yeah, so you are celebrating and being warm with people, but you, in case someone is coming after you, you know how to defend yourself. And you are able for this, you are able to do that because you dealt with the past issues, and maybe you need to, in order to celebrate here, you need to be thankful for the things from the past, because this child is giving this child the cup the same way like your inner child now as a grown-up is trying to reach you the cup of love from childhood. It's like the same thing here. Okay, the last card, the finished card, like the complete receiving in the form of the Ace of Wands. What is this Ace of Wands, the final card, talking about in this reading? Spirit, is there any other message you want to give us? Okay, taking those two cards. Okay, I think this is enough. So what do we have? We have an Ace of Pentacles, another Ace. So this Ace of Pentacles, at the end of your journey, you will receive a lot of aces here. It's very nice. Oh wow, another Ace of Wands. You see, it's a lot of new beginning energy. Ace of Wands, Ace of Wands. So you definitely get the opportunity, will receive the opportunity for, in case you had some impulses and you were not sure about if you should go for it, you will receive it. You know, in the form of maybe creative endeavors. Maybe you always wanted to write a book, or wanted to paint, to draw something, make music, plant something. Here you get the true opportunity to do so. Definitely the opportunity to grow things and to build things into material forms, that you actually have a meadow in the end and a farm and whatever, you know, material possessions, and even your cat has something to drink here. It's very nice. And here we have another confirmation at the end to the start, because this is the Six of Cups again. But now the older guy is giving back to the child, like you are here, your older brother kind of is giving to the younger sister, and here you as a grown person is giving, like saying thank you to your inner child, because your inner child was trying to talk to you here, and you listened, and now you can give back, and you are growing all the flowers that you use for your celebration now, and that you started to grow with the Ace of Cups here. Very beautiful reading. Then we have the Nine of Wands, and we had the Hermit card. Yeah, looking within. And here we have a card that is talking about, you know, it comes after the Eight of Wands, and it's talking about also about like protecting yourself. But here you are like the wands are not working anymore, and in case other people are trying to get to you. You're not so sure if you can defend yourself, but you went through the hermit stage in your life. You see how at the beginning we were talking about this oak tree, right? And here we have the same tree and all of those 3 cards, maybe in other cards too. Yeah, but at least at these 3 cards. And here we have a situation of protection, family situation. Here we have the opposite. Like you are grown up now, but you feel like unprotected. The only thing that is protecting you is this oak tree over here, and it is an oak tree. It has oak tree leaves. So you are going back to your childhood protection mode, where the oak tree was, to find some kind of relief and protection. And until you rest a little and you find you are not just under one oak tree somewhere on the meadow, you actually go deep within into the forest, the oak tree forest, and to gain some kind of wisdom here and get some rest for your cat, for your manifestation skills, and try to create in your head, in your mind, a new impulse for how to go about. It's the same fire here, and after hermit mode you get the new idea, the new impulses to move on in life. And that was your journey here, that where you were reaching with the Ace of Wands energy and the Ace of Pentacle energy over here. Very, very beautiful reading for you, number 3. I hope you liked it. And for now, have a nice day, and I see you in your next reading. Bye bye.